Well, good morning everyone. It is Vlogmas day 19. We are getting ready to check out of Aventura. We had a fun time. It was a nice room. Pillows left a little to be desired, but otherwise it was a great little overnight stay here at Aventura. And now we're off to accomplish our missions for today. One last look at this view. I just saw Velocicoaster go over the top hat. The parks are running. Dr. Doom, people are about to, I guess they already did. They already went. They're on their way back down. All sorts of fun things happening at the parks. Hey, there goes the Hulk. I have a child next door who's screaming. Exciting things are happening. Let's see if we can see Velocicoaster go over the top hat. There it goes. Bye, Velocicoaster. Bye, Cabana Bay for now. I'll see you in 2023. Oh, there's a little girl down there going in her robes. She's off to Hogwarts. She's got her robes, and it's perfect weather to actually wear the robes today. Rare in Florida, but today is one of those days. So our missions for today. First of all, I mentioned this in a previous vlog, but if you missed it, the main reason for this morning is we are going to pick up my aunt's ashes. If you haven't been around since November, my aunt passed away in November, and my mom and I were gonna come pick up her ashes earlier in the month, and she had car troubles. So we're here now. So the first order of business of the day is going to pick up my Aunt Sandra's ashes. And then we're gonna turn the day into a little bit of a fun adventure, which she would appreciate. That's what she would have wanted. Yeah. So we are going to go to the original and, as far as I know, only existing Barney's coffee shop. If you know me, you know how much I love Santa's White Christmas. And there is currently one Barney's still existing in Winter Park, Florida, near where we're going to be. And so we're gonna go get Santa's White Christmas from the source. Yes. And it's then, fresh. Yes, fresh, made in the coffee shop. If you're a Floridian, you probably miss the days of Barney's everywhere just like I do, but we're gonna go get some Santa's White Christmas. Plus, there is the original Gideon's cookie shop, whatever it's called, near Barney's. Instead of waiting in line at Disney Springs and going through that whole queue and everything you have to do at Disney Springs, I'm gonna go to the original one that's in North Orlando, and we're gonna get, basically it's a Santa's White Christmas cookie they make.
It can't be bad.
It can't be bad.
It's gonna be a good thing.
So that's gonna be our adventure this morning, and then we're gonna head back home, but we're gonna make the day fun. So off we go.
An adventure.
An adventure. All right, goodbye, Aventura. Well, that was fun. We were checking out of Aventura and we got to see my hook friend, Michael. Not bestie Michael, but hook friend Michael in the lobby. So it's good to see you. All right, well, we picked up my Aunt Sandra's ashes. So she's with us. And now we're gonna go get some cookies at Gideon's. Okay, so this is cute. It's at this little East End market. Yeah, they're planting vegetables. There's Gideon's on the sign. We gotta find it in here, but all sorts of stuff here. So it's like a whole food court, like armature. Here it is.
I think it's outside, just like right out there.
Gideon's. All right, we've got the goods. We may have gone overboard. We got 5 cookies, but as the girl said, she's like, welcome to the proper location where you don't have to wait in line very long. It was like a 5-minute wait. Much better than Disney Springs. Well, we've made it to gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Winter Park, Florida. This is one of my favorite areas of Orlando. A very pricey area of Orlando, which will probably become very clear to you once we start walking to Barney's. But It's a very cute area. Brick streets and everything. I'm gonna walk through the park over here. Oh, look at it. So pretty. Oh, I bet you this is gorgeous at night. Look at all the strings of lights they have. So nice. Oh, there's a giant ornament over there too. Roses. It's a rose garden. And if you're wondering, it is a gorgeous 67 degrees right now in Florida. It's absolutely glorious. The bees are obsessed with that right now. Oh my goodness, look at all of them. They're having a grand time. Poinsettias. And look at the trees. They've got the ornaments up in the trees. Oh, train coming. Oh, it is just so pretty here. Here comes the sunrail. There it is. Making a stop.
Come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Come ye to Bethlehem.
Lots of people out Christmas shopping today. But here we are.
So they're going to keep growing.
We have made it to the promised land. Eating in, have a seat. We are here, we are inside. We have a table. We have a Christmas tree. Sounds like Christmas. We're ready for some lunch and some coffee. Yeah. Oh my. So we both got Santa's White Christmas. I got mine iced. She got hers hot. Straight from the source. That's the good stuff right there. So good. No, this one is. I mean, I'll try it, but I like it iced. It is very pretty. And I might be getting a Santa's White Christmas freezer to go because that was my college favorite. And it's not like I get to go to Barney's ever anymore since this is the only one that exists. So I guess it's gonna happen. It's my first Barney's freezer in a decade. I'm so excited. All right, first sip. Oh my gosh, so good, so good. This tastes like the ice cream, as my mom just said, because it's basically like a milkshake. This, oh, takes me right back to college. We're walking back to the car. Everyone's out and about. Christmas week. Yes, everyone's enjoying outdoor lunches. I'll have to come back here again and explore Winter Park when it's not the week before Christmas, when it's not quite so crazy. And I want to come back for more freezers anyway, because amazing. But I'm glad we came during Christmas. It's so pretty. Beautiful little place. It does. It has like the New Orleans balcony to it. I just want to reiterate that this is delicious. Someone walked in behind me when I was filming, so I was like, oh, someone's behind me. I don't want to put them on camera if they don't want to be on camera. But this is worth the trip alone. Definitely going to come back up to Barney's again at some point because this made my Christmas. It tastes just like the Publix ice cream, which I guess that's a good thing for the Publix ice cream. I can just enjoy the ice cream and pretend it's a freezer, but
yeah, we just melt it and then
I just wish I could get more of the Barney's flavors in freezer form because they're so good. Day made.
You could try other Barney's coffees in freezers other than the Santa's White Christmas.
That's what I'm saying, like,
yeah,
they're so good. That's what I used to do at college, is forget Frappuccinos. We all got freezers, but alas, now I'm stuck with the Frappuccino. So on that note, we're headed back home back to Riverview we go. We've got about a 2-hour drive because we're north of Orlando now, so we need to hit the road. Yeah, back to real life. I'm gonna savor this freezer till it melts. So we're back home. I don't remember now. I think this is the mint, but my mom got one of the Kris Kringle, which is the Santa's White Christmas cookies, and then I'm gonna send her home with half of the pistachio. So I wanna show you the pistachio chocolate chip. We're gonna cut that, give her half. So this is the Kris Kringle. We each got one of this one, Santa's White Christmas cookie. So she's going home with that one. This is the banana bread cookie. And this is the Krampus cookie, which is double chocolate with Andes mints. We're gonna try all these later, see what we think, if it's better than crumble. We're about to have a very interesting night in this household. So I'm back home, obviously. I need to do the advent calendars, but I want to keep you guys up to date with what we've been dealing with kind of behind the scenes and why there's only 2 dogs having dinner right now and the other one is out on the porch with Dad. So this little baby bean has been having stomach issues since Friday. An upset tummy. And oh, the next 24 hours are going to be fun for us. So I put him on the chicken and rice diet. He's had chicken and rice since Friday when he had his first upset tummy. And he's had just a little bit of chicken and rice each day. And this morning it was still not better. So we called the vet, and the vet told us to fast him for 48 hours. If you watch my vlogs, then you probably know that this dog is very food motivated. And despite his upset tummy, he does not have any suppressed hunger. Oh, I should not say the word. Any suppressed appetite. He has a lot of the H word still sitting here in this body. Now, he had dinner last night, so we're at the 24-hour mark. So we have 24 more hours to go before we can give him anything. Now, they did give him a pill to take and like a probiotic paste. So he just got some of that, which was delicious. He loved that. Tasted probably like liver. So he did enjoy his paste, but the other 2 dogs just got dinner and he knows it. And the other 2 were like, Mom, we didn't get dessert because I forgot to give them the C words before I brought Foster back in. So now they're mad at me because they haven't had dessert. He's mad at me because he hasn't had dinner. And I've got 24 hours of this dog upset at me. So we have a vet appointment for Wednesday. Obviously, if anything else goes wrong, then we're going to have to take him to an emergency vet. But for now, we're just on a phone basis going back and forth with the vet. And we're hoping that the probiotic, the pill, and fasting him will work this out. But oh my gosh, it's gonna be a rough 24 hours. He gets more of the paste. He'll get more of the paste in the morning, but otherwise he gets nothing. And this dog is very scheduled and very aware of his dinners. So pray for us, and also pray for Bean. Make sure he's okay. I hope it's just a little stomach bug and he'll be all okay and we won't have to go to the vet on Wednesday. But fingers crossed, keep him in your thoughts that he's going to be all good, because we're worried about our little Bean. But he's had no behavioral changes. He's acting the same. He's playing. He's obviously got appetite. He's drinking water. He's doing everything else normal. So we're not like raising too many alarms yet, but obviously watching him closely. So I did an Ulta order the other day to get my makeup basics that I always use, my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, my Gimme Brow eyebrow gel, my Stay Naked foundation, and then I got a Christmas gift for myself, which is this Morphe palette. Look at it in all its beauty. I know Jacqueline's gonna appreciate this. This segment is specifically for Jacqueline. Wait for it. Look at it. I feel like there's so many beautiful colors in this. I hope I like the formula of it. I'm pretty Urban Decay loyal, but Urban Decay hasn't been putting out palettes that I've wanted to buy lately. I love the Naked line, but they haven't put out anything practical in a while. And Naked 2 is my ultimate favorite, so I felt like kind of these rows were very Naked 2. These are kind of more of the Naked Honey. We shall see. Hopefully I like it because obviously it's much more affordable. The Morphe palettes are much more affordable than the Urban Decay ones. So I'll definitely be trying this out the next few days and see what I think. My Christmas gift to myself. I've been doing this the past couple years where every year at Christmas I buy myself a new makeup palette as Christmas gift to myself. And this is the one I picked for this year. All right, I'm making dinner for us. Tonight we're gonna have lemony spaghetti with Brussels sprouts. It's gonna be a long night. Small amendment. The Brussels sprouts do not look great anymore. It is kind of near the end of the week of this box, and so we're gonna have lemony spaghetti with toasted panko. 0 vegetables, all carbs. That's what the Christmas week is all about, right? Okay. Well, I don't think there's much time lapse for this, so I'll just show it to you when it's done. Well, we started Vlogmas with a Chris Martin special, a very yellow pasta. And we're near the end of Vlogmas with a very yellow Chris Martin special pasta. There we go. That's what happens when all your greens have gone bad. Plain pasta. Okay, Mike and I have our sampler platter of Gideon's. I'll let you know our thoughts once we're done. I am so sorry, dog. I am so sorry. Okay, I just finished my Krampus cookie, which is the mint one, but Santa's White Christmas, so good. Kris Kringle. So good. That's my favorite. The banana bread, amazing. I like the pistachio and I like the Annie's mint, but these two, so good. And these are way better than the one I tried before. So the only other time I've had Gideon's was when my bestie Jen brought me one. So they were at Disney Springs the day before and she got me one of the standard cookies and she carried it in her purse and brought it to me at Epcot, and then I carried it in my purse all day at Epcot and didn't get to sample it until I got home. It did not survive all of those transitions very well. I was not buying into the hype that first one I had. I was like, I don't know, it's fine. Now I get it. Now that I've had it fresh, I get it. By the time it had transferred from Disney Springs to their hotel room, through her bag, through my bag, back home, it had gotten a little stale. These are soft and fresh, and it's more like cookie dough than it is a straight cookie. They are very rich, but I like it better than crumble. These are delicious. That Kris Kringle one, I mean, it's Santa's White Christmas in a cookie, so it's my ideal. It's a coffee flavored cookie. I loved it. So I'm gonna take this one, OUT, because I think he might need to go again, and I'm gonna savor the rest of my cookies. I also keep saying that word, which I shouldn't say in front of him because that's one of the words for their TREAT, and since he hasn't had anything to eat, he's getting mad at me because I keep saying one of his favorite words. So tough times over here. Well, it's the end of the day, but it is day 19. So let's move Chewy over. Everyone else is knocked over already, but you know. Oh, it's tough. Down the bottom row. Day 19. It was a snowy stormtrooper. There he is, little snowman stormtrooper for day 19. Let's see for this calendar. Oop, I think it's gonna be a candle. It is a candle. In fact, a candle. I was right. It's called Jade Vine. Let's give a sniff test. So I'm sure you saw earlier I had that really cute sweater on. And then Florida became Florida and it went up into the 70s. It's back down to 63 now, but when we got home I immediately changed into a t-shirt and shorts because it was too hot for the nice wintry outfit I had on. But let's give it a sniff. What does that smell like? Oh, that's killing me. That smells like something that I know what it is. Oh, I can't place it. I can't ask Mike, his nose is still stuffy. It's kind of floral, it's not like a pine. It kind of smells like a plant, but not a flower. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I like the citrusy one better than this one, but I think I'm gonna use these in my office because they're tiny, and through the new year, have a little tiny candle in my office. So that was today's rituals. Mike and I have decided to postpone the jam to tomorrow. I guess I could open it tonight and then we could try it tomorrow, but we just had dinner, we had cookies. I don't really want to have jam right now. I guess I'll tell you what the flavor is and then we'll try it tomorrow. All right, day 19. It is orange cinnamon spread. They really have them in there. There we go. Orange cinnamon spread. So tomorrow, whenever we open day 20, we'll try these together, but I still have cookies to eat and I just don't feel like trying jam right now. So saving this for tomorrow. Put it on the cookie. I don't think orange.
Banana bread?
Banana bread with orange cinnamon spread. Mmm. Well, you know what time it is. I do need to count how many are left in here because there's not that many days of Vlogmas left, and I know Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are gonna get crazy and there are so many in here. Let me do a count. I think I have a lot of questions to answer. Question number 1 is from Curly Girly 77 Claire. What changes do you think Bob Iger will make? Do you think it will improve the parks? I don't know what changes he will make, but I know what changes I'd like him to make. So we'll answer that question. Even though he's not the head of the parks, I do think he's going to make some changes, and I do hope that he'll make some changes that will affect the parks, because from what we've been hearing this past week, he was starting to feel, if the rumors are true, that he was feeling that people were falling out of love with Disney. And I think from the circles that I talked to, that he's onto something. I think a lot of us were struggling. We love the parks. We have loved the Disney experience. We've grown up going to Disney. We've grown up having the Disney vacations. And I think a lot of us in the past couple years were starting to feel pushed out, starting to feel like we didn't matter, that our voices weren't being heard. The dissatisfaction that we were feeling was going unheard. So I do think people were starting to fall out of Disney. I know that for me, it's become less and less and less of a priority for me to go to the parks. I haven't been to Magic Kingdom since 2019. I can't tell you a longer period of time in my life, since high school at least, that I have gone this long without a trip to Magic Kingdom. My last trip there was September 2019, so I'm going on 4 years since I have gone into the Magic Kingdom. I was going probably once a year, at least, for every year prior to that, from the time I graduated high school on. As an adult, I have probably gone to Magic Kingdom at least once a year. Part of it was the pandemic. Obviously, I was being very COVID conscious, playing it very safe in 2020, so I didn't go to the parks at all in 2020. 2021 though, once I got vaccinated, I started going back into the parks. It's not the same right now. It's so expensive to go. The park reservations are such a pain in the butt. The entertainment factor isn't there. The experience isn't there. So I'm hoping, this is a very long-winded answer, but I am hoping that Bob sees that changes need to be made. I hope the park reservation system goes away. I hope we see some relief in ticket prices. I hope we see the return of annual passes that are available beyond just the Monday through Friday passes only available to Florida residents. And I hope we see some return of longer park hours, more entertainment, just getting back to the Disney magic. Fingers crossed. Question number 2 is from AlternaCat. When you decided to move back to Florida, what were the deciding factors that led you to Riverview? What do you think of it now that you've been there for a few years? Are there other suburbs of Tampa that you also like? We may be moving to Florida in a couple years and are considering the Tampa area, but really don't know much about the area. I was born and raised in Florida in a small town called Arcadia. That's a little over an hour away from Riverview. So when I was growing up, Tampa was the city we always came to visit. We came to see concerts at what is now Amalie, which is where the Tampa Bay Lightning play. I saw my first concert there, my first NSYNC concert at what was then the Ice Palace. It's now Amalie Arena. We used to come and see Broadway shows at the Performing Arts Center. We saw Phantom and Les Mis and a whole bunch of other performances there. We came to Tampa frequently. And so it's a city that I have grown up visiting and appreciating. I love that it's right on the water. I think it's a gorgeous city. It's populated, but not too overrun compared to, say, Houston that we just moved from. Houston is a major, major city. Tampa's definitely a lot smaller than that, but it is expanding. It is expanding very quickly. I think I just saw something on the news today that Riverview is the city in the US that's 14th for rapid growth. So 14th in all the US cities for growing the fastest. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but it is rapidly growing. Tons of people are moving here. So right now, I love the Riverview area. Just in the past 2 years of living here, everywhere we go, anywhere there's been trees, they're getting knocked down and they're building things. So I do wonder what it's gonna be like 5 or 10 years from now, if it's just gonna be far too overpopulated, if it's not going to be as nice as it is right now, because Brandon is a suburb that's just north of us, and they basically ran out of space. There's really no space left in Brandon to put anything. So Riverview is farther south, and now all of that construction is coming to Riverview. So anywhere you drive on the country roads that had fields on it, they're tearing those down and putting houses. So I am concerned that it's going to be over congested here within maybe even 5 years from now. But for now, we love it. It's definitely my favorite suburb in the area. I think eventually the construction's just gonna keep moving further and further south because Tampa's just expanding so rapidly. We looked specifically at Riverview, Brandon, and Valrico as Tampa suburbs. We wanted to be on the east side of 75, which is the main highway that goes north and south. So we wanted to be on the east side of that, just you're further inland, you don't have to worry about hurricanes as much. And so we knew that much. I have family members who lived in Brandon, so I had grown up kind of going to visit Brandon, knew I liked that area. And we house hunted through all 3 suburbs, and this is just where we found our perfect house, and we love it. Still like all 3 suburbs. I would definitely recommend looking at any of those 3. There's plenty of other areas north of Tampa. I just don't have that much experience up there. There's Wesley Chapel. There's multiples. I just hadn't really spent any time north of Tampa to know neighborhoods or where I would want to live, whereas I had experience in Brandon and Valrico. That's why we chose here. We love the Tampa area for all it offers. You're near the coast. There's so many restaurants. There's hockey, concerts, dining. The Ybor City area is kind of an up and coming area, so there's a lot to do, and that's why we chose it. So we are loving it so far. The final question of the night is from Holly. How did you get into HHN? When did you start going, and did you ever have a fear of houses? Okay, so this is a fun one. So I've told this story before at some point, but I would have never, I can't say never for sure, but it's highly unlikely I ever would have gone to Halloween Horror Nights if it hadn't been for peer pressure as a high schooler. So I was in Orlando for a Florida Scholastic Press Association representative meeting because I was the FSPA district rep for my area of Florida. It's a high school journalism conference. And so we were in Orlando planning the national convention for FSPA, which would have been the 2002 FSPA convention. So we were in Orlando in October 2001, and somehow one of the other representatives convinced the chaperones that they should take us to Halloween Horror Nights. She knew someone who worked at Universal who could get us tickets. I have no idea what magic she worked, but somehow she convinced our chaperones that the 9 of us students who were either juniors or seniors in high school should go on a unplanned field trip that night to Halloween Horror Nights. And they said yes, so they took us. So we went to Halloween Horror Nights. I was with a group of people that I had just met like the day before. They took us into the fog and we were left to fend for ourselves and go through Halloween Horror Nights. I don't think I ever would have gone had it not been for that situation, but I went. I was definitely too scared to do houses. I only did scare zones, so I would have been 16, almost 17. So this was October. I turned 17 that November. Jack was the icon. It was his second year being icon in a row. It was supposed to be Eddie. It was the year that Eddie was supposed to be the icon. All I remember is chainsaws and scare zones. There was a clown scare zone in Amity. R.I.P. Amity. There was a Chucky, some sort of Chucky scare zone in the Avenue of the Stars area. There were people with shaker cans, a lot of fog, and camo in the Central Park zone. Very low budget, just camo and shaker cans. It was a very different time. I did not go in a single house. I was too scared. There was another girl who was a chicken. The two of us stuck together. We did scare zones and we did rides. So we did Jaws, we did Earthquake. I don't know what else we would have done. I think that might have been it. We had a blast anyway. I had a really good time going through the scare zones. And so then I skipped a year, but I started going back again in 2003 in college. And I have been every year since except for 2002, which is the year I skipped, in 2008, because I moved to Denver like a month before and couldn't afford to come right back to Florida right after I moved to Denver for grad school. So it's a lot of years of going to Halloween Horror Nights. That said, I still did not go into a haunted house until 2006. So I went to 2001, 2003, 2004, and 2005 just doing scare zones and rides until 2006, when once again peer pressure won out and I went in my first house and loved it and was like, oh, I can't believe I haven't been doing this whole time. It's so good. I guess I just thought it was gonna be so much worse than it was, and I walked in and it was movie quality sets and I loved it. So ever since 2006 I have been hooked, going multiple nights a year, obsessed with the whole event. So that's how I got into Halloween Horror Nights. Bless that fellow student who convinced the chaperones to take us, because it has become my favorite thing. I obviously love it a lot, and I probably never would have braved going into that fog if it weren't for that social situation forcing my hand, but man, do I love it now. So if you're scared of it, if you're too afraid, chicken. I'm a chicken. I didn't ride a roller coaster until I was 17 because I was scared. Didn't go into a haunted house until I was 21, almost 22, is that right? Just do it. Just try one. Just see how you do. Especially at Halloween Horror Nights, because out of all the haunt events, you're the safest there because you're in the conga line full of other people. It's the least amount of attention you're gonna get at any haunt. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. But just try it out. You might love it, like me. Okay, ending today's vlog with Dolly. Mike is many days behind. But what? No. No. Disappointment. Boo. Boo. Oh well, I've got delicious cookies to eat instead. The fun of living in Florida. Just trapped a little gecko who was sitting in the middle of our kitchen. Thankfully, Colby had not found him. And now I wait for the husband to rehome him outside, because that is a husband job. I captured him, but I will not move him. Well guys, it is 7:30, but I'm gonna wrap up this vlog early because it's been a long day. We've done a lot of things. I did a lot of driving. My mom and I accomplished our goals. I had an absolutely great time with her the past 2 days. We made such good memories at the Green and Red Club. That was a blast. I loved that theming, loved the atmosphere. We had 2 hours of just talking and having the beverages together. It was a great time. Loved our little mini stay at Aventura. And then today it was memories that we will have for a while, getting to do those few adventures, have all that time to just talk and be together. Priceless. And all those Christmas festivities together, priceless. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.